Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Positive, and today we have some bioprototype. The game where you make your little mess of a monstrosity, and it's quite interesting. It's a new little take on the vampire survivor genre, which I'm not keen or not complaining about. So let's have a look. So we have a nice little spine here, a periodic activation, 1 second, coral projectiles repeatedly. Ooh, that's not too bad. A tentacle. Let's take the tentacle of the coral. Nerve boxer. This is a on hit, which is nice. So I'll explain in a second what this does. Let's just take this nerve. So essentially, you can test your stuff, which is you trial it. You can level up. So as you can see, we need more meta currency. Oh, not meta currency, like in-game currency. That's explaining how things are done. So as you can see this, we have a spine. What the spine does is it activates the right side. Now, it can only connect to these bits. So essentially, every single second this activates. So this means this damage here is 120%. Its capacity. And if we click here, if we then have this here, right? So as you can see, it activates this one here when this hits something, but it's got a 29% efficiency. So that means this damage here is going to be half. So if we select this now, it's a 0 damage, which is kind of pointless. But if we were to flip these around, 3 damage, it's not too bad. But now this deals 2 damage. And you essentially build your little piece of mayhem out. As you can see, already we made something stupid. Oh, not stupid, but something interesting. So let's see, how far we can get. Okay. I keep on forgetting we don't have as much damage as we previously did. So that's just something to keep in mind, Our strength is in the middle of the horde. The more things that are around us, essentially, the better we are. I did reduce the opacity on the effects. I hope it's not too bad. The reason is, late game, it's just a pain. You can't see anything. And I thought, right, I don't care about this. That's fine. Spine of the Jackal. So this essentially is just a faster attack. At the moment, it's not worth the efficiency loss. Activates the right side organ when the left side contributes to a kill. So when the thing on the left kills something, this activates the thing on the right. Starfish is not bad. As you can see, 10 projectiles, it pierces, and we have 5 projectiles. But this efficiency is really nice. Tentacle of the worm, spinning projectile, self-surrounding projectile when activated. A whirly projectile. Let's do the beetle. Beetle is nice. Culture, pickup range. Let's increase our pickup range for now. Ideally, we want to go for brain capacity. So you have a capacity up here, so that means we can max slot 8 things in. So for now, when the coral hits something, it activates this, and then, it does the thing. So let's have a look. So that's fine. So I'm thinking if we do, left side contributes to a kill. So what if we do this? So this still does 10 damage because we don't get efficiency halving because efficiency goes back up. I think this would be a good endpoint. Now, as you can see right now, this ends, which means because it has nothing here, versus some of these have bits here. That's how So at the moment, we can't place anything here in the future. So this would be like an end piece, but because it's a common, it's fine for now. It's just to oversee us until we actually, get to the point where we're making tons of credits. As you can see, this little upgrade has made us quite strong. We essentially bounce around, and whenever things die, more things die. So it's the, you die, but actually no, everyone else dies combo, which is quite nice. Or fine. And also in the runs, you drop free little upgrades, which is nice. You can scrap them if you want the cells or whatever they're called in this game, which is like the in-run currency. And yes, your in-run currency means, so as you can see, never the boxer. Left side, sure. Spine of the wolf. It's kind of bad. Multiple projectiles. I don't want to do a refresh as we're quite close to getting what we need. I'm going to take this because that doesn't seem too bad. Right side organ. So when the left side crits, no. Let's just take this. Ooh, wow. So this fires really slowly, but when it fires, it will deal a lot of damage. Because the efficiency, from what I've gathered in the first couple of runs I did, it essentially means how much damage it scales off of, which is quite nice. So essentially, if we just quickly like put everything back here, right? This efficiency means every second, so as example, this does 3 damage. If we socket this bad boy in, this 3 damage should go up to 14, because it now only shoots every 3 seconds. Ooh, you know, you gotta be careful every 3 seconds. But the thing that people don't realize is, as an example, if we socket this spine in here, you know, this can take another spine, so in theory, this could shoot fast. But then we could, in theory, socket this bad boy spine in here. Oh, no, we can't. We don't have enough frequency. That's unfortunate. And if you click on stuff, you can actually see what you can socket in. But, you know, unfortunately, apparently we just don't have enough. But in theory, if we do that, yeah, we can do that. That's fine. So as you socket things in, the efficiency decreases. So I want to test this out. So every 3 seconds, this would happen. Then this, in theory, should activate. Then if we do the starfish into the retina, no, let's do the, which one of these are better? Hang on. That's 29%, 25. So we socket this bad boy in here. Then we go on to this bad boy. We do the retina so that when this kills, and then we do the beetle. So we're at the end. And now we can go test this. As you can see, it takes a bit of a while to shoot. And then when it shoots, it's quite, you know, not really as good. The damage capability drops off, so we're not going to do that. We're going to do the spine. I think we do Tentacle of the Worm, because that's the best we have. We do the best on hit we have. We then do the Tentacle Starfish. Then whenever this kills something, I think we spawn the Coral, which then when that hits something, will spawn the Beetle. And now, if we were to do a test... Ooh, that's not bad. But I feel like because this moves in a circle, spinning projectile... Right, let's flip these two around. I think that would be the better solution here. There we go. But actually... See, this fires in a line. So actually, let's... Come on. There we go. Flip those around. This produces that. No, then we flip these around. There we go. That's better. So now, when this shoots out... There we go. We have a massive death pool going everywhere. And let's go ahead. What do people think of, you know, by a prototype? I mean, it's quite a little hidden indie gem, I'd say. I was not expecting it to be as fun as it is. Wow, that's an elite. We need to just be... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we need to be careful. As the couple of previous runs I had elites, I underestimated the damage. And, well, you can guess where that put me. In the grave. Not very good, I should say. But apparently this run seems to be going a lot smoother than the previous runs. But then again, any of these vampire survivor clones, you know, they do teach you humility quite quickly. It's like, oh, you think you're doing okay? Well, how about you don't? And it just completely nukes you. I have completed a run before. What do we have? Launch a short-range attack in a circle when it's activated. That's quite nice. I don't mind that, sure. So when this kills, we get this chimpanzee. So slightly slower activation. But tentacle hornet. 10 damage crit and 3 projectiles. That's not bad. Let's get the hornet. Let's get the slash, because we can connect to nerve retina. That's a horrible jackal. Is it a horrible jackal? What do we have currently? So we currently just have a white fox, 1 second, 120. I see. Yeah, this is not worth it. I'll do a refresh once. This seems to be worse. The club is amazing. I'll need to show people this. So I love the club. It's always nice. So what we'll do is we shall take the club. We slap the club in. Then when the club triggers, I want whenever it hits something at the highest efficiency possible, it's going to trigger the slash we have. Now when the slash hits something, it's then going to trigger, where is it? Is this a short range attack, right? Then whenever this kills something, we're gonna be, what are we gonna do? Let's do a little actually, what we'll do, hang on, I want to make this as stupid as possible. I want something that has a decent projectile count. What do we have? 3 projectiles. Let's just a slash. I think the best we have is this at 3 projectiles, because that's 3 projectiles at 10. Yeah, I mean that's 5, but that goes in like a circle. This targets, so we're gonna activate this. You'll follow this. high efficiency. We're going to bonk something. When we bonk something, we're going to slash something. Then when we kill something with a slash, we shall activate a mushroom, right? I might be talking nonsense right now, but then what we can do is we can have a second brain. We can get a cell duplicate chance and then pick up radius. So then what we can do is on the second brain right here, we can drop this spine in, and then this spine will shoot out our bits in an area. Let's actually shoot out the fast firing projectiles. Do we want to? No, let's take these. So you can have multiple attacks essentially, which is quite nice. So you'll see, you know, this attack, and then as you can see, everything just gets decimated by big boy bonks. This game is a definitely creative roguelite. It's not a, you know, just a game you can just haphazardly get into. Well, you can, but like the best thing is about building out the perfect, I want to say, death machine. As you can see, you know, right now, as we hit stuff, we spawn stuff, and then those stuff spawn stuff, which is just amazing. But it is worth keeping in mind that whenever that happens, you do lose quite efficiency. And the efficiency, of course, is based off of your base damage. So at 50% efficiency, if you do 10 damage, it's now 5 damage. So it's always a trade-off, right? Nothing's ever free, unfortunately. But the good thing is when you have high base damaging items, or you get to the point where you have second brains, it doesn't matter. So well, that's not too bad, right? So we can scrap some of these bits. Oh, this might be nice. But it's a horrible jackal. Whirly projectiles. This is better than the current beetle we have. We'll get this. We don't have crit at the moment. This would be a nice chimpanzee that we can potentially use, but let's just do a refresh. Oh, this is a good mammoth. It's a lot faster than the one we have. So where's that garbage beetle we have? This one. So you can actually recycle bits. So press E, now we get credits. So what I'm planning is this mammoth here, right? If you have a look, that it's the exact same, but faster. So I'm going to get rid of this mammoth. And then for this bad boy, what do we have? 20 damage, right? So this is a garbage sword. We get rid of it. That's going to be 16 damage. So I think every 2.5 seconds, we shall shoot a beetle out. We don't have anything to connect it to, but that's fine for now. I'm just going to do a double check. So we shoot a projectile out. We bonk with the hammer, the club, and then if the club hits something, we do a slash. If the slash kills something, we then shoot out a mushroom. Lovely. And now I'm just gonna up my brain capacity. Let's do, we have 100, so I say pick up radius. Let's just get pick up radius up so we can collect more bits. Can't connect anything, unfortunately. And this is a little tab you can use to actually create little pre-built blueprints if you do have the items available, so you can just combine them and then you don't have to worry about needing to remake it every single time, which is quite nice. Judging by the fact that the music changed implies this is either a different stage or a boss may have spawned, and I'm not entirely certain which of that had occurred. But as you can see, the one thing though we do need in this game drastically is better sound effects. Like animation wise it's fine, but the sound effects are quite lacking, as you can hear. Just literally all pickup animations and some of the just the death animations. There's no actual hit animations or of the unique weapon, or I want to say limb types, which I mean it makes sense, right? With a game that has so many limbs and combinations you can pull off, it makes sense. But you know, it would be nice if down the line, after it's done with early access, we do have, you know, better sound effects. And we also need to work on object pooling as a little dev inside right now, because oof, it's a bit painful. Limb of the giant. I don't really want any of these, to be fair. I'll take another limb. Ooh, that's a nice chimpanzee, to be fair. Let's take the chimpanzee. That's a horrible mammoth. Let's just take this. Right, first things first, we go in here. Back to what we have. I'm going to slot in the chimpanzee. Now, you'll see some things have like little 2 dots. That means they can spawn 2 bits. So every 1.63 seconds, we're going to spawn a beetle. And when we spawn a beetle, we're going to spawn a hammer. and this hammer will deal, you know, this multiplier on its base damage. As you can see, you know, we've got 22 base damage, multiply that by 2.98, you get this. And then this actually has 2 parts we can choose, which is lovely. Just gonna see if there's anything I can do here. Maybe down the line, I'd like to replace this with some better projectiles, but for now, we need to get more things we can, you know, connect together. So I'd say we pick up the finish, the pickup radius, and then max the cell duplication out, so that, you know, we can just do the things. Because as you can see right now, we're not really lacking in damage, as we literally just have a bunch of damage from the main brain and the second brain, which is just amazing. Obviously, the one thing we just need to be careful of is getting overly cocky, which has or may not have been a trend lately, but you know, I do not at all, you know, confirm or deny that. But you know, if you don't believe me, just check out some of the other bits and make a decision for yourself. And then, ooh, I am being risky going between those two. My brain was on autopilot there. But on the topic of games, have people seen the absolute crap storm that Forspoken is? Like, apparently, the requirements for that game on PC is just stupidly ridiculous. Apparently for 4K, you need a 4080, and that's just mental. I mean, you know, the 30 series itself is already immensely powerful, and on 1080 or 720p 30, you need apparently, what I saw was like a 1060 or something, if I recall, and that's for 720, and that's just, oh, I'm just being a dumbass. Right, we need better damage, and that's just like bonkers to me. Let's get Retina. Let's get another boxer nerve. Let's get a eye, so that I can actually start having these build out. Right, so when this shoots, I want my... all right, I need to be careful. So I think I want, when this thing shoots, I want this to trigger, which triggers a slash. And then if this kills something, I want this to spawn spinning projectiles. Unfortunately, I can't do anything here. We might need to look for a chimpanzee spine, but that's okay. I'm thinking we do a base health, we do HP, a little bit of move speed. Don't care about the crit chance right now. Let's do cell duplication, 50%. Why? Because money is money, and money is always good. It might be beneficial to potentially eventually have the hammer that's just slapping on us on the second brainstem, just have that essentially trigger on some range projectiles, just so that we can keep our range and we don't need to... I took damage from something. Interesting. I don't know what I took damage from, but okay. Maybe it was like some of these little spider biddies, which would not be out of question. But yeah, maybe. But yeah, so some of the bits, back to the Forspoken thing. I can't believe, you know, in 2023, after the absolute disaster 2022 game releases were, that developers have not realized people aren't going to just take it. People are actually now just going to not buy the game, or they'll just wait for literal pick it up after a few years when it's like 80% off. And it's quite apparent, you know, like if you look at Need for Speed Unbound, it's now on a 50% sale. It's released December. It's not even a month old and it's already on sale. I mean, if that's not an indication on the current state of gaming, I don't know what is. I remember, you know, when like the old Battlefield games released, they'd stay off sale for at least 6 to 8 months. And then, you know, as the player base slowly started thinning out, it would like do a sale, and then the player base would be fine for quite a long duration. But it seems lately that's no longer the case. Ooh, that's okay. We're gonna get rid of that. That's garbage. What do we need? We don't need any of this. Let's do a refresh. That's a really good nerve of the boxer. We'll pick that bad boy up. No, thank you. A mammoth spine. A mammoth spine might be nice if we go for another build. I'll pick up the spine just because I can. Culture. Let's pick up another brain. Oh, 4 brains have been added. Unless I've just not been paying attention and it's always been here. Organ quality. Let's get that up. So, go to the last brain. We shall. I'll get rid of that garbage. one, put this one in. So when this brain activates, I'll be sending out beats. Wait, no, not this one. Hang on. Sending out a bunch of projectiles. I'm actually thinking, yeah, if I just do this, if I just send out a bunch of projectiles on the second brain, we can figure the bits out later. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I want this to be a projectile-based one. So get this out the way. We'll do a, if the beetle hits, so yep, every 1.6 seconds, beetle shoots, beetle does damage. Then if the beetle, I want to see what's the best one going to be, hits something, we're going to bonk. Down here, we'll be sending out a stream of projectiles. When this stream of projectiles hits, we'll be, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do spinning projectiles into, let's do spinning projectiles. Oh, actually, that's a garbage one. Let's get rid of that. Can I get rid of anything here? So I'm looking for garbage I can recycle. Okay, let's just do this. And let's go test it. Hello. Oh, yes, I like. Juan likes. And this is essentially the game, you know, build absolute chaos, essentially. It's not like you're... Well, it is like some of the other games here, like Rogue Genisha or Soulstone Survivors. This is more on make the most crazy chain effects that you can. It reminds me a lot of Superfuse, in the sense on it adds an insane amount of customizability for your run. It's not just a, hey, you know, upgrade this with flat something, which is not necessarily a bad thing at all, but for people, you know, who like more customizability, it's actually quite insane. Like, as you can see, this is literally just bonk central right now. It's like, oh no, enemies are coming near, what will I do? Like, just shoots out one projectile that just bonks everything. And yeah, I do think we need a lot more customizable games. I know it adds an extra layer of complexity when creating them, but it just makes the entire gameplay experience just so satisfying that I think it's well worth the extra duration, especially, or extra development duration, I should say. And I know some people might be disagreeing, but for me, you know, I didn't mind waiting for a game. And I definitely think, you know, if we look at Cyberpunk and a couple of the other games that released a bit too early, it's quite apparent that maybe spending a little bit extra in the time in the oven would have saved us. Can us connect to something? Projectiles that traces. What do we have? Crit. I don't need crit. Let me re-roll. Spine of the fox. No. Spine of the chimpanzee. This is all garbage. I'll re-roll once more. Let's get a starfish. Fine. White fox. That's actually a better white fox than we have. So let's get that. Ooh, that's really good. A 247% ally, which is awesome. So we don't have any crit things that crit heavily right now. I don't want to reroll, but I'll pick this up in case. Let's do some brain capacity upgrades. Cell duplication, max that out. Organ quality up. There we go. So now, as you can see, this one's 1 second, 120. This is even faster. I know, like 0.8 seconds, fair enough, but it's fine, right? So let's have a look. What we have. Yep, that shoots out. This does 3 projectiles. That does 3. That's fine. 13 versus 8. Sweet. So I think for this one, we're fine. If we go down here, so yep, that's fine for this brain. Let's go here. So when these hit, let's have a... Do I have any nerves? I don't have any nerves. I have an eye. I don't want to sacrifice the good eye, so let's have a crappy eye. Shoots out a starfish, sure. Actually, 57. Let's actually put the starfish here. Shoot out the crappy starfish. And then if this kills something, it'll shoot out a tracking projectile. Let me go down here. What do we have? So this shoots out 2 projectiles, which is kind of garbage. Let's see. 36 damage versus 29. This is going to be better for the long run, because whenever this hits, we're going to have more things proc. What's this nerve? When it critically strikes. 13%, 18%. Ooh, 36% on a sword. That's not bad. So I think when the sword crits... Let's spawn, what do we have? 7 damage, 12 damage, 12 damage. I think for now, let's just spawn insane amounts of projectiles when that crits. Anything down here when this hits? I mean, we could do this and then drop maybe this in. We'll figure it out. culture. Anything else I can max. Let's do crit. Nothing else. Let's go. Oh, I love it. I love this. This is actually a well worth upgrade. And I believe this game has a couple of waves. I can't remember the exact amount of waves, as I played it a couple months back. A couple months, actually December. And then I went on a discovery of Potato and a couple of other bits. And then now I thought, let's do a rediscovery of a game that's actually semi-decent. Well, not semi-decent, it is decent, you know. Calling a game semi-decent is like an insult. The game is, I'd say it's addictive up to a point. It's not as addictive as Rogue Genisha for me, as Rogue Genisha is just like the epitome of, well, apparently, you know, you need to do something, and then the game just gives it in your lap. Or it doesn't, and you just stand there like, well, what am I going to do now? I don't have any damage. This is supposed to be the boss you fight at the end, so apparently there are 10 waves each run, if I recall correctly. So it's not going too bad. I'd like it if, you know, they just added a health bar on the boss. There we go. Because I have no idea what health bar it was at. It's just like, where? It'd be nice if you told me. And there are a bunch of other little prototypes you can unlock if you do want to unlock a little more prototypes. And they're all hidden behind their little own quest systems. And, you know, like, oh, kill things. As you can see, you know, we've completed research. We can press this. We've unlocked a cochlea, which is nice. And you can actually click on collection, and you can see what you've unlocked. You know, progress. Like, for example, you know, this bad boy, wings, Linka and poison bag on the same brain. So a lot of these things seem to have now been locked. Previously they weren't, so it seems that's nice. And as you can see, you have prototypes. You know, lose cells at the start of the wave. Culture room costs less, so you can't really hoard up cells. You have to spend each round. But yeah, this has been Bioprototype. If people like the video and they'd like to see more, you know, do let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you like the video, you know, leave a like and subscribe. And other than that, we'll see you in the next one. Bye!